Monday's edition. We're milling it out from our two awesome locations we visited last weekend. The Rockhound Channel starts now. Everybody to the Rockhound Channel. My name is William. On today's episode, we're going to go ahead and mill out locations 1 and 2 from our weekend's big extravaganza. Right now the river is extremely high, so we can't go anywhere right now, but that's okay. We got plenty of gold sitting in these two pans. You're going to see it in just a minute. So here in our two awesome pans, we have location 1 sitting there at the far end, and then our location 2, which was absolutely loaded with beautiful black sand and beautiful gold. So we're going to go ahead, do up location 1 first. There's quite a bit of material to pass through here on the mill table, so I'm about to get fired up. We have it, ladies and gentlemen. This here before you is our home-built mill table, all scrap and prayer. It absolutely has been a godsend to us, and today we're going to go ahead and get started with location 1, and let's see what kind of potential we have. We already know what's sitting up here in this one. This one now will be officially dubbed our Honey Hole 2.0. I am very excited to see what's going to come out of location 1. We've got a lot coming out of the gold cube, so let's go ahead and get the first one in. Now again, we're just going after it with a standard tablespoon that you have, so that's what we're going to do. Hefty bits in there. I already know that we're going to see just a ton of black sand sitting just down here, and we're right about in that beautiful Goldilocks zone. About 1.5 feet is what we see on this table. That absolutely works out. And I already see one as we speak. I got one sitting right here. I hope that you guys can see it on the cam. Let's see if I can zoom on into it. And I think you guys can see that. See right about there, center of your screen. Right there. There's a nice, gorgeous flake sitting there. So that's getting put in a snuffer bottle right now. And don't go away, everybody. We got a bunch of gold that's still sitting in the snuffer bottle from that said trip. And we're going to go ahead and reveal that on this episode as promised. In the bottle of gold. Here she is. So I hope everybody had incredible Easter. I spent the entire day hanging out with the wife, enjoying some movies that I've needing to catch up with her on. It was a good, peaceful day. Already seen a bunch right about here on forward. There's a bit sitting here just out of camera range, and right where I initially just dropped it at. So, already looking really good here at location 1. So, we know we're going to be going back there as soon as that river goes down. And the guy reported from Mr. Cranston today, as he was coming through the dells, he said that dam is absolutely wide open, so there's absolutely no way we can get down. I'm being a little aggressive with it today because we are in that controlled environment. We will over everything once again at a later date or we'll just dry it and melt it. So you guys know the deal. If you're new to the channel, this is what we do. I'm going to come back to you guys as soon as I get a bunch sitting up in here. You guys get to see it at home. So I wanted to quick show you guys once again, now that I got it out to a full picture. So from here to about here, it's roughly about a foot and a half of our mill table. And that's been the Goldilocks zone with this piece of equipment. And this is about as close as I'm going to probably get to try and do this out in the field. So it's already proven itself. I'm already seeing quite a bit sitting just about here thus far. And we're not even close to being done with that pan just yet. I got a little bit to go. So and it's collecting up in there. And I'll show you everything in just a minute. Just went ahead and finished up the rest of location 1. And we're going to go ahead and let this run for roughly about 2 or so minutes. Make sure we get it all in there. And don't worry, I've got roughly about 2 bottles worth now of some decent, impressive flakes. That's coming from here. So we're definitely returning back to location 1. Gonna dig that out super hard and hit those flakes. Alright, I'm going to clean this out and I'll show you the results. So it would appear, guys, that we ended up with some beautiful colors here. Take a look at this. We got some gorgeous, gorgeous color right there. Roughly about 80 or so bits. And that's not all. There's a bunch sitting right about here in this pan. So this one was certainly a keeper. So we're definitely going to hit location 1 once that river gets back down. Oh, I'm so eager to get in there. I'd have to say location 1 was absolutely loaded. We got roughly about around 80 or so plus bits that are sitting up in that pan. So I've got everything all thoroughly cleaned out over here. All it's left to do is check out Honey Hole 2.0. Hang tight. Sweet. With our batteries fully recharged, guys, we're back at it. Here is Honey Hole 2.0. We're going to go ahead and take this through our mill. Hey, mind everybody, last weekend's episode we took out an enormous amount of decent flour gold, not to mention there was a bunch of flakes in here, guys. So this will be a big teller if we got ourselves a buttload of flour gold in with all this. Here we go. So I'm sitting here with a conundrum, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to figure out what we can do for next weekend's episode. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys would like to see us do. I've got a couple ideas. One that I'm kind of floating is to finally whip out our metal detectors and get out there and look for some decent coins. I haven't done that yet this year, and I've got all of them charged up, ready to rock and roll. My bag is packed, so let me know about that one. Or I've got a few beautiful gemmy stones that I want to run over here on our lapidary station, and they're part of a project that we're working on for a customer. So please let me know what you guys would like to see us do. We're going to probably put this away for a little while, give this a little bit of a rest. We got a bit more stuff to do on the old high banker to get those back ends on there. So please let me know in the comment section down below what you guys would like to see us do. A little bit of metal detecting, or see us do some beautiful gemstones. Right now, at the time of this recording, gold is currently still sitting. It's been floating between $4,500 to $4,700 a troy ounce, ladies and gentlemen. There's no better time than right now. Go check out your local rules and regulations where you are. Get yourself a decent gold pan and get out there and get this shiny, guys. There's absolutely nothing to lose, but just a little bit of time, a little bit of energy, a little bit of sweat. Weather's been kind of chilly here the last few days, and it almost feels like winter's coming back. Ugh. I didn't think this was going to take too long, and we're almost right down to the very bottom. I'm going to go ahead and get myself a light real quick here. Let's see if whether or not we can find some. I use my little selfie stick light here. I am getting one of these from Temu. Kind of interesting, but my goodness, does this thing really suck down the battery life? Let's see what we got here. I charged it while I was gone. We got something? Hey, alright, we got something in there. Alright, let's see. Yeah. Right here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Just over here in this side, guys, and then I want to look down here, see if any of them escape past that Goldilocks zone. Oh, I got one. I got maybe one right here. It kind of looks like it. Let me see if I can get this to adjust. It's got a ton of adjustments on it. Well, let me get a little brighter there. So like I said, just right about that foot and a half roughly. And absolutely none down the rest of the way of the mill table. So it's really, really good right now. So that's what we're gonna keep going on this. I'm gonna get that set up. Let's go ahead and get that shut off again. Like, there we go. Sitting up there grabbing some lunch before getting back down here waiting for our batteries to charge up. There we go. Get it all concentrated once again. You know, didn't stand here. Now, you may question, why don't I use most of these down out in the field? I've got a preference actually. I enjoy the decent black style pans. We get these boogers in sunlight, well, especially with my eyes, I can't quite see that gold real good. I got a couple blue ones, I got a couple weird pink red ones, never had any luck with them. But the good old Black River pans, the decent ones that got a good shade to them, you can see that gold like a sore thumb. And I've got a video in our archive explaining all that, and we'll get all them goodies at a decent price. I didn't think there was going to be much left in there. And again, controlled environment. I don't got to worry too much about losing anything. It's all in my recovery tank and in my tote. I don't worry too much about much. Anything in there. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. We'll probably turn around, dry everything up that's sitting in our recovery tank at this time, and then we'll probably melt that down probably towards the end of the fall. And that will be our first official time doing anything melt-wise. We got an awesome blast furnace that I have been itching to use. But I wanted to be sure that I have an abundance of good material first to do it. There we go. I can mess that water off there. Alright, let me go get my little washer bottle here. Get that down into our awesome mill table. Ooh, I just saw a big one. Yep, just saw one. Well, how did that get away from me last weekend? I just saw it. Yep, right there. You're going in the bottle. Right there. There it is. Alright, guys. Once again, we're going to go ahead and just let this run for a while. About 2 or so minutes. Let the blondes get up out of there and make sure that gold sits tight up into our riffles. So, I'll be right back. You guys will see the final results of Honey Hole 2.0. Oh my goodness. I would have to say we were absolutely loaded at location 2. There's just a ton of flood gold just sitting there. And it goes all the way to the back of this pan. And it's so hard to kick out of this. So I'm going to turn around, take all this, add to our location 2, our location 1 rather, and I'd say that's a heck of a kickoff to 2026. Not bad at all, guys. Holy cats, there's a ton of it sitting up in here. And we haven't even got to those gosh darn snuffer bottles yet. I left everything in there during them 2 days. So we're going to go ahead and put that up in here. You guys get to see that too. All right, down to the last one here, guys. I can already see a bunch of them sitting in here. Well, I remember you. There's that one we just found. All right, let me get this kicked out, guys. I'll show you what we got. There we go, guys. There's that big guy sitting about center of your screen. And then he's not alone. There's a bunch sitting up here, as you guys can see. All on the top there. Nice and beautiful. I would have to say roughly about somewhere around 40 to 60 flakes just sitting there. Little tiny dots. And then just over here, I got a bunch of them sitting there as well that are just kind of playing peekaboo with this gosh darn sand. So we're going to go ahead, take this, dry it up. That's going in our gosh darn thing too. My goodness, guys. What an incredible kickoff to 2026, I would have to say. Here in this one, we got roughly, I'd have to guess, about 300 or so colors. Not too bad at all. All together between those 2 days, I may have spent about a couple hours. That's in between trekking and everything else. So that's not too bad. And we weren't too deep for all this flood gold. Not bad at all. I cannot wait until that river gets low enough so we can get back out here, especially at the new honey hole there. That's going to be a very interesting place. I see good things coming out of that this summer. So, guys, if you're new to the channel, see that button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Make sure you get all the notifications. You don't want to miss next weekend. You never know what we're going to be up to. I either got some stuff sitting over here at our lapidary machine, or I'm going to go ahead and whip out those metal detectors and see what kind of shiny coins we can find out there. So until next time, my name's William. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you next Sunday.